Yo, what's up guys? Easy here. Hope you're ready to enjoy some Theory Crafting Thursday. Just want to give you a heads up that tomorrow, Wazoo and I got to sit down for a very special episode of .p Plays. We're playing Darkest Dungeon and we have creator Chris Barassa on to let us know what it's like to make a fucking video game. Can't wait to see you there. Let us know what you think by tweeting at .p_show. And thanks for being a part of Defense of the Patience. Peace.
Hey guys, this is Cyphus from Defense of the Patience. I just want to say thanks for listening and telling your friends. You guys are the best advertising that we could ask for as a show. If you'd like to continue to support .p, consider the .p Patreon. The Patreon's been completely revamped and we've added new prizes and new milestone goals. Prizes include immortalization on the .p website, a chance to 1v1 mid Roland and prove you can take him on, and even a chance to be a .p show host for an episode doing and talking about whatever you'd like. You can even change up the co-hosts. Our first milestone goal is $500 a month. When we hit it, Roland, Wazoo, and I will do a 12-hour-long live-streamed episode with amazing giveaways and fan phone calls all day long on the .p hotline. You'll be talking right alongside with us on the show. Show your support at patreon.com/defense of the patience. Thanks for listening.
Alright, hello everyone and welcome to, of course, your favorite show of the week, Theorycraft Thursday, with myself, Ursinity, and
That's correct.
Not myself, Proud.
I am not self. You are self.
Alright, perfect. Also a good start. I mean, yeah.
Some Oracle reference, or no, not Oracle, Arc Warden references going on. This is some good shit. Off to a good start, yeah.
Yep, Grouty's not here, so we don't need to have any of those. Unless,
yeah, fuck it.
Unless you've decided to start playing Arc Warden.
No.
Okay, good. That's for the best. We've
Do I
got
look like an asshole?
Yeah,
but still.
Watching the Arc Warden game in Captain's Draft played by Fear was offensive. My heart hurt.
Any hero where like getting Divine Rapier is part of the game plan, I'm just like, I don't want you in anything. Not around me.
Yeah, I mean my whole problem is any hero where you can do things without like any risk is fundamentally, I feel like fundamentally dumb. Like,
right.
You know, like if you're ratting with literally any other hero, you lose something, right? Like if you're ratting with Nature's Prophet, like you're giving gold to the enemy team. If you're ratting with a Lone Druid, that means your bear is far away from you, and it can be killed. Yeah. If you're,
and then you're fucked for 2 minutes if it already died before.
Exactly.
Anyway, yeah.
With Arc Warden, it's like, ugh. I mean, he risks like, oh boy.
Well, when Arc Warden does Necros, it's like, great, he's feeding me, that's fine. But then once it gets to the Mask of Madness, Divine Rapier, BKBs, I'm like, all right, this is not okay.
Yeah.
No one is supposed to do this.
I agree completely. I mean,
all right, well, we got that established.
Yeah, that was probably the earliest tangent we've gone on. Because I was about to say how's your week in Dota been?
Okay. Well. It's been, you know what? I'll tell you. It's been a hell of a week here at the Proud camp. We've lost a lot of Lone Druid games, which is new, and we won a bunch of support games. So it's like the inverse of how we were doing. I had like the best Earthshaker game of my life that I'm gonna make a video of and kind of just talk about at some point.
Nice.
I made a video of a Lone Druid game recently, but it has a lot of music in it, which there's copyrights, so I can't really throw that up there, but it's great. Trust me.
I have seen it. It is quite nice.
It was fun.
I've seen similar things because I play with you so often.
Right. Yeah.
It was something.
It's not too uncommon to see a Deso bear come back from like being down 7 Raxes when you're playing with me.
Yeah. I've been there for quite a few of your losses in this past week. Although none of your wins, being that you don't play support when we play together, so maybe we need to. Maybe today. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't.
Fuck off, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. We have not had the best week as far as winning goes, but
that last draft was so bad.
Yeah, So the thing about Dota this week has been I feel like I've had fun games and I've enjoyed myself and I've been pretty happy with how I've been playing, but just. Things have not been amounting to wins.
I can feel it.
Both with both of us and both with myself and other stacks and playing solo queue. It's kind of been like a lot of those games where you feel like just one thing goes wrong and then it's like everything was going okay or like, oh, we had a chance and then it just doesn't pan out. And it's I'm on like a 6-game losing streak right now, and I know I'm kind of fine with it honestly because it's
Yeah.
not been like, you know, I only really have problems when I'm on losing streaks if it's a like self-inflicted losing streak. Like if I
Yeah.
know I'm playing badly, then I'm like really that's like a one-way ticket to tilt. But that's all right. Sometimes you lose games. It is what it is.
I'm just sad that our last session was fucking like it would have been even, but that game on Lone Druid where I just like my bear died and I was clicking somewhere and my hero just like took the order like because my bear died right as I gave it and then just like walked into nothing and we just straight lose off that. That was the saddest thing that's ever happened.
Yeah, that game
That
had a
was
couple of those. Like I remember the one with you, and then there was another time where somebody else. I think it was I don't know. One of us did like something
Dude,
similar where
I
they just
remember
like
some
walked out
stupid
and died.
bullshit where like the game was so winnable, but just like fucking randomly someone was just like, "Well, I just killed myself for no reason.
Yeah,
Guess
it's like
we're gonna
don't
lose."
have buyback. We
Yep,
lost.
that's a problem. And also, man, that Ursa game, not good. I go
Yeah,
try one
that.
with Ursa Spirit. I'm definitely not gonna draft that again ever.
Yeah, I mean, for anybody not like paying attention to us, which I mean, what are you doing if not that?
Yeah, like what the fuck?
We've been playing on a team together. It's more of like an informal team, but we're like, working out.
Get ready.
Yeah, we're
Thank you for
getting
the
ready.
thanks.
We're priming ourselves. We've got some quality practices in between myself, Proud, and then friends of the show, Flub, who co-hosted a few weeks ago, Skrunk, who I don't believe
Infamous.
is co-hosted.
Okay.
The infamous Skrunk, yes, very, very true. And then Vafa, who is all around nice mid player, young Vafa. Um, but so that's fun. I like playing.
Good
I mean,
times.
I guess this is like a good point for conversation before we get into our combo. Um, I know you're like a very like you really enjoy captaining, and that's why Theorycraft Thursday is the ideal show for the two of us. But
Yeah.
playing on an organized team is a very, very different experience than
Oh, certain.
playing pub. So I mean, I would if you're like even if you're a new player, like I know we have 3.3, 2.p teams that are newer players and like entry level 82L, and like it's super fun. Like it's a very different experience, and I think if you're ever like in a position where A, you need 4 friends, and B, like sometimes Dota is just not super fun. Like just like any hobby, I think like you start to lose enthusiasm, and playing on like a serious team, playing captain's mode, or like trying to farm party MMR or whatever. Like that's a really good way to like reinvigorate your love and enjoyment for Dota,
Yeah,
or make you
playing
miserable.
competitive by far like if just like you don't even need to qualify like just play competitive and don't like you don't even have to be competitive like the way I got like every time I join a team, even if it's not like a good team, like I played on a team with Skrunk before like ranked matchmaking came out, and we were like shit, but it was still super fun, and it gave my play like some direction, and I had stuff to practice, and was like, oh, instead of like looking at the all pick screen, just like what fucking hero do I want to play this time that I've already
Yeah.
played 100 times? You're like, what hero am I gonna practice to play in a fucking real match, and need to think about it, and it's like it's just fucking cool, and there's like plenty of places to go, like even the like even on Reddit, which I mean, Reddit's whatever. But they have like the Reddit Dota League. I did one summer when I didn't have a team or anything, and I just wanted something to do, and like that was super fun, despite like my team not being super good and me having to captain because our captain was like 2K. But yeah, I mean, like if you're like we had 2K players on that, and they were like, one of our best supports was this like 2K dude who just like fucking could play a couple heroes just really goddamn well. It was super fun. The Reddit Dota League's like hella fun. If you don't have friends, you just sign up for it and you'll get drafted, almost guaranteed. Well,
Yep.
basically guaranteed to get drafted. Not you may not play every single week, but it's great. And then like our comp Dota 2 is if you're just like looking for random people. That's how I started 2 of my teams, and they were all pretty good. And I found this one dude who was like 4K at the time, and he was just like kind of tilty, and now he's like 6K, 6.5 or something, and he's like super fucking good. So you can find people like that
Jesus.
if you just post around. Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah. We
Yeah,
like
he
Dota
was like
League
sponsored and
is
shit.
also
Yeah, it's
fun.
great.
Oh, yeah, we like Dota League is fun. We talk about their podcast every so often, and they talk about ours every so often.
Yeah.
They had a league I played in. It's more like entry level 82L kind of esque, where it's like 2 to 3K ish. But that's a good time. They're basically the idea is that if you like spend 30 seconds looking, you can find lots of opportunities for competitive. Even if you are not like, I think there's a stigma where it's like, oh, competitive play, like that's like for like really like pro players and like
Competitive people.
5Ks. Yeah, but it's like, I mean, it's just fun. Like it's just very casual and like
Yeah.
it's interesting to test your abilities. And to really hone a specific set of skills compared to just playing Dota. Even if you play Dota as like in pub games as like a mid player or a support player or whatever, it's very different when on a regular basis you're with four other people and you're thinking, hey, what drafts do we like to do? Or like, oh, well, what are your specific heroes? Or like filling out your semi-famous spreadsheet that
Yep.
I think you took from somebody else, so we shouldn't really.
No, that was mine. What the fuck?
I thought you said you took.
No, I made that.
Oh,
Outta
okay.
here.
Well, then your famous spreadsheet.
I am famous. Thank you. Jesus.
Yeah,
Fuck.
but all that stuff's fun.
Proud
Basically,
of that thing.
that's our tangent about it's.
Yeah,
it's supposed-
play competitive. All
Yeah.
my big skill jumps I've ever had have been like I played competitive, and then I just noticed I got wildly better for no reason. It's
Yeah.
super fun. Do that. It's the best. Like you should play Dota for that. It's great.
Yeah, it makes you think so much like A, harder about the game, and B, differently about the game. Just
Yeah.
fundamentally, you're thinking about, I mean, we already kind of went over it, but that's it. Like, like I'm a support player generally, even in solo queue, and it changes how like I pick and how I play and how I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And, when I make mistakes, it's not just like, oh, whatever, I lost a pub game. It's like, oh no, if I make that mistake, then like I'm going to lose MMR or lose tournament seeding for like my 4 friends. So it's
Sure.
a very good experience.
Yeah, I was like a super terrible drafter for my first like 4 teams, and I didn't even captain. I didn't have the courage to like steal a draft or anything like that. But like now, after all of that, like fucking the experience builds up just by like existing in that area. Now I feel like I understand things enough to draft. So yeah, can't recommend highly enough. It's just play it. It's really fun. It's really fun.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like a key difference. As much as like, of course you and I work together on this show, which is fundamentally theory crafting. Surprise, surprise. But I am not a captain whatsoever. Like in the .p in-houses, which everybody should play in. They're very fun. Come win
They're
some
dope.
dot points, lose some dot points maybe. Who knows?
I'll
Possibly
cast you.
make
I'm
money.
great.
You'll cast, I'll cast. Although we haven't been around because we have team practice.
I
literally every
casted
in-house.
on Saturday, so
That did happen. I was playing Life is Dranks, but anyway, come to the Doppy in-houses. But I'm a terrible drafter, and that time and time again has been proven because somehow I just end up always doing it in the in-houses because nobody wants to, and it's
say that.
terrible.
You're fine.
Yeah. I will say like making a good draft, which happens maybe like 1 of 5 times, or like 1 of 3 times. Maybe I'm being a little too harsh on myself. It is a really satisfying feeling where like everything goes to plan.
Yeah.
And the hardest part of drafting is always the people on your team, right? Because you can't just pick a thing.
Right. Yeah. Knowing
can
how to
pick-
draft around the people around you.
Exactly. Yeah.
The hardest thing is like to know when someone says that like this is their comfort pick and it's worth giving them the comfort pick, and like sometimes it's really not. Like man,
Yeah.
sometimes people ask for something because like no, I'm good at that. It's like don't draft this shit hero. Like I know he says he's really good at fucking sniper off lane, but
Yeah,
maybe
like-
just don't do that. Maybe just say, you know what, you're gonna play Clockwork.
Yeah. That feels targeted at Flub. Or we love Flub. Flub was on the podcast.
I specifically didn't say support sniper to not target him.
Yeah.
I said off lane.
I love Flub, but support sniper, I've seen him play it too, and it's actually pretty cool. But I never want like when he was drafting, before you were on the team when we were playing with .p.exe, there were some games where he was drafting, and I was like, I see the like general idea in this, but it's just so out there, and like I'd be playing like some crazy hero, and sometimes it would work. And it would like work like clockwork, and it would be amazing. But other times, I was just like, my head hurts from this. Like, this is so
Yeah.
weird.
See,
I'm playing.
I mean, like if you're ahead, I can see it, but if you're behind, like that thing is not going to turn a team fight.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's the gist of it. Come have fun in
Yeah.
the in-houses, play competitive. Even if it's not competitive, just like get 5 people to regularly play in a stack together in captain's mode. Like even if it's just playing in like ranked games, like it's still just a very different experience when you're playing CM. I cannot, we've kind of harped on this enough. But anyway, so as always, we're gonna be playing a combo today.
What about your week in Dota, dude? Jesus.
I talked about it. I was just losing.
Did you? Sorry, I don't pay attention to anyone besides myself.
That's fair. I rarely do anyway.
Right.
So this week we're going to be playing a pairing that I have a love-hate relationship with already, having not even played it, because
Okay,
I despise one of the heroes involved,
it's a
although you
good
love him.
start.
The heroes, of course, that we're talking about are Chaos Knight and Crystal Maiden.
It's pronounced Chaos Knight.
Yes, the Chaos Knight, or Chaos, as
Chaos Knight.
Chowsk. Perfect. And just Crystal Maiden. There's only one way to pronounce that.
Crystal
Probably.
Murder.
Yep. So that's what we're going to be playing.
Right.
I know you love Chaos Knight. That, of course, is the hero that I alluded to hating because, boy, do I dislike that hero.
Yo, it's dope.
I just, I don't. I don't. He's one of these heroes I dislike strongly without having very specific reasons for it. It's just kind of like, I just don't like the hero. Like, it's very RNG based. Every game I see him, it's either like he is crazy, crazy strong, or just
Yeah.
feeds out of his mind. And
Yeah.
that's that.
That's what it's all about.
Also, Chilled Wind loves this hero. He's a Duppy regular, and boy, I hate pretty much every hero that guy plays. And yeah, Chaos Knight is God, he's just annoying. Anybody that's
We're
RNG based,
statistically likely to win. I have a 61.4 win rate on him across like 60 games, so I think we're all
nice.
set.
I don't think I've ever won playing Crystal Maiden. I will
Okay,
look it up though.
great.
That
This
might be a
is
slight
great.
exaggeration.
Gonna go really well with my fucking Chaos Knight win rate. Thank you.
Let's see, Crystal Maiden. I have a 45% win rate on.
Okay, that's
Actually,
like a lot more than zero.
it is a lot more than
It's
zero. It's
like almost
45.
45 more than zero. Yeah.
Actually, it's a 42 win rate.
Okay. All right. So
Okay.
Chaos Knight's great. I like that guy. Yeah. So all right, I'm gonna get into really specific things all of a sudden. So Chaos Knight, one of his most recent buffs, I guess the most recent buff, more or less, is his crit has like a chance to or yeah, his crit, in addition to giving a crit, it like applies a Deso debuff on someone. I think
Hmm.
it's like -7 armor or something. But the way it applies is it applies before your attack, and not like Deso, like the debuff applies and then the damage applies. But it's like when you start your attack, if it's going to proc a crit, the debuff goes
Oh,
on before like your attack doesn't even need to finish. So here's the stupid bullshit I did. I made a macro on my mouse to like right click and then stop like 20 times in like a fraction of a second. So like I could just do that and apply minus armor to someone, which is
boy.
hilarious.
That's silly.
I
That's
don't
like
even I don't I haven't I haven't played this hero in 5 months. I just saw that and immediately I was like, yo, this is a thing that I can do. So
it,
I might try that, probably not, but it'll probably like look terrible, and then someone will just like kind of walk out of range before I get another auto attack off. But the
no,
theory is there. That's what the show's
somebody will just
about.
accuse you of scripting. They'll be like, "Yo, this guy's scripting to
Yeah,
prime crits, like the
yeah.
people with the PA stuff." Anyway,
Yeah, I'm
that's
not sure if hitting right click and then spacebar really quick is qualifies as scripting, but it could. Who knows?
it does.
Okay.
I'm the Valve police actually. I hate to come out
Are
like
you
this.
really? Jesus.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, guess I'm back banned now.
yeah, that's fair. I don't know. I'm not repentant. I mean, you did your crime. You got to do the time.
Yeah, that's fair.
But so CK, I mean, what do you like? I suggested this combo, and you immediately jumped on it. Why do you like
I
CK
was
so
already
much?
gonna pick CK because I think he's good right now. I just think that there's a lot of situations where he can get countered pretty hard. And I'm gonna end up picking this hero pretty early in our game, so we're gonna see how that works out. But he's really strong. He's got big old body. He's tanky. He right clicks very hard. He's got good like base damage, and he's just like fighty as fuck. Like he will fight the shit out of you. At any
Super
point in
fast
the game.
too.
Yeah, he's fast. Like the only thing he doesn't do is farm that well, and that's why I go double Battle Fury on him.
That's funny joke.
Right. Okay. So
Okay, all right. I'm just making sure you weren't going to be like, no,
yeah,
okay.
no. You get a Quelling Blade, maybe an Iron Talon at most.
Yeah, you're not me. You're not a Battle Fury devotee like I am.
I am a Battle Fury devotee, just like on good heroes like PA. I think you have to go Battle Fury and PA now. Like I said this last week, but my thoughts on Battle Fury have radically evolved, and I think that it's just a good item now.
As have I. I mean, I'm of course referencing my infamous Battle Fury builds. Like the other day, I mean, this wasn't this week in Dota, but one of our weeks in Dota. I think it was one of the ones that I was missing for, so I didn't talk about it. But I built a Battle Fury in a team practice, and some of our teammates were none too happy with my
Right.
Battle Fury Alina, and that may or may not be something that I do very, very regularly. Of course, my Battle Fury Invoker builds have quite the win rate, but that's the tangent we don't
What's
need to
that?
talk
The
about.
regen is just it's immaculate.
Exactly, dude. You just you do so much punching. Well, I mean, what item is better, right? It does damage, and it does other stuff too, I guess.
Heroes need
But
damage.
exactly, and it's just straight damage. It's not stat based damage. It's
Right.
yeah, it's perfect. Anyway, so you said you're gonna go like Quelling Blade. I know like the common build
Ground
on
Squad
Chaos Knight
Blade,
is
Heart.
yeah, is drums, BKB, Manta, Heart. Not necessarily in that order, but like that's the general idea. Armlet, if you're an Armlet player.
Yeah, I think Manta's really good now. I used to be kind of against it because I looked at this hero and I was like, okay, what's the problem with Chaos Knight? His illusions die sometimes. What happens if you get Manta? You get even squishier illusions.
Yeah.
But now Reality Rift is like so strong that basically having Manta like allows you to be powerful and like use Reality Rift to just beat the shit out of people when you don't have to blow Phantasm to get strong Reality Rifts. And basically like if you kind of stagger them, it's like you can have a team fight with a Reality Rift and a team fight with a Manta, and like it gets your uptime just like a lot better. And of course, Yasha item really fucking good on Chaos Knight. He has good move speed. He wants to move faster. He just kind of wants to run through the fight and be a menace that you can't get away from, and just like have to accept his cudgel of death. So yeah, Manta's definitely cool. Armlet is necessary on this hero for sure. And I'm kind of split. I'm kind of split on drums, but I feel like you just kind of have to go it.
Yeah, I mean, you and I have spoken about drums probably longer than any two human beings should talk about drums, because I feel like this is just one of these items that's so divisive. And this is a tangent we don't need to get on necessarily, but I've recently I have a growing appreciation for drums. I'll put it that way. Where you used to love drums and I hated them.
Well, okay, but that's
So
I used to love an
as are
item
most
that
things.
wasn't nerfed, and then I hated an item that was nerfed. It was two different items.
Okay, well that's fair. But I don't think they're the best, but they are like nice. Like I was playing a Solar game today, and it was like we were just getting rolled over. So I was like, I need stats, and I can't afford to buy Sage and Yasha, so I'm just gonna buy some drums, and it was very effective. And I like drums sometimes. I drums Kunkka, of course, but then Aether Lens came out, and I was like, boy, who needs drums when you can have an Aether Lens? Anyway, that's tangent. I'll be playing the CM in this combination. CM is, of course, everybody knows her. She's like the one of like the classic. I feel like one of the classic Dota heroes, like CM, Juggernaut, Pudge, like in that group.
Right. Like you'll
And
see here on an early splash banner, that kind of hero.
exactly, yeah, she is not a hero that sees a ton of play at like high levels.
Not right now, no.
But she's, I feel like I don't need to talk too much about this hero because she's so like
No, we
bland.
do, man.
We do need to talk about skill
Aura.
molds, though.
Yeah.
Yes. That is
So tired of that thing.
probably your biggest pet peeve. That I
Yeah,
can think
I'm
of
angry
some
right
heroes.
now. I just thought about it.
You're like this. Well, let's talk about the problem first. I'll let you intro it since this is
Okay.
your sticking point with the
So
hero.
let me paint you all a picture of how Dota works. In Dota, there are like heroes, and then you need to kill them. And here's the thing about killing heroes is you have to do it all at once, or they kill you all at once. That's how Dota works. Here's what CM's Aura does. It gives you passive mana regen slowly, and then past the first point. The first point's great. It lets you use your things so that you can kill someone all at once. Then past that, it's like, okay, well, maybe like, I don't know, 3 minutes later, you'll also get another spell after the fight has been over for 3 minutes. So basically the trade-off with CM is either you level your nukes so you can like kill someone and you're threatening because you're a support with like 2 nukes that scale both really well. Like Frostbite goes down to a 6-second cooldown for like a fucking, it was like a 4-second, 3.5 second. Yeah, 3 second interrupts, a 50% uptime on that, and then like Nova is like actually really good at AoE, and it's a really good slow, and it's fucking great. Or you could just like have 0.5 mana regen. Like, what the fuck? No, stop it.
Yeah, I ever since you brought this up, I forget when it was, but I have
get a big
been
Twitter
noticing
discussion.
this more and more because it was one of those things where, like, honestly, I think CM right now, like I think she's an okay hero, but for a really long time, I just hated this hero. I still kind of think she's a little garbagey, but she definitely like when I see her with aura, I'm like, this is nice for me, but it's terrible for like the team, like in the
Yeah,
long run, because it's
like I
like
would rather
sure,
have a fifth hero than the
yeah,
point
yeah,
5 mana
exactly,
regen.
yeah. I agree completely.
I
If I
think
need a
people
clarity, I'll buy a clarity. I will not level a hero to level 5 to get a clarity.
there's like
Um,
this principle that like helping the team overall like average out sacrificing yourself for the team like is better, and that's just like a thought that people have, but they don't really think about it at all. They're just like, yes, this is unequivocally true and everything is perfectly balanced, and if I ever have the option to sacrifice myself for the team, I do it because that's just better because it helps more people, therefore it's better. But like point 0.5 mana regen spread out like that is not worth maybe it will give one of us an extra spell in a team fight we may not have had mana for, but the trade-off is you're not going to have a relevant spell in the team fight. So like even best case scenario where like Luna is out of mana when the team fight starts if you don't have point 0.5 mana regen or something stupid like that.
mhm.
Like the trade-off is your CM doesn't have a relevant spell.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, I think she's one of these heroes where depending on the game, you're going to either be leveling Frostbite or leveling Nuke. There's no real static like always max Nuke or always max Frostbite.
Yeah.
I think the general idea behind it is like if your teammates do stuff and they need a hero to be locked down, then you get Frostbite and prioritize that. If your teammates don't do a ton of damage, then you get Nuke. That's kind of the gist of it. If you're doing a
Yeah.
lot of jungling, then you get an extra point in Frostbite. I think it is.
Well, that'll actually hurt you because the more points you have in Frostbite, the more expensive it is, right? And 1 point in Frostbite is always a 10-second duration on creeps. So if you're jungling, in theory,
is true.
you'd actually be better off with just 1 point in it,
Oh,
as long
cool.
as you're not, casting it on cooldown or anything like that. But I mean, that being said about how much I hate CM Aura, like getting 2 points in it, like having 1/1/2 at 4 is like totally cool. Like that's a legit build.
Yeah, it's
But
the
it's like
fourth and fifth point, or
it's
the third and
after
fourth.
that. Yeah, like once you have the third point, like you're gonna hit 6 and you're probably gonna get your ulti because it's like really good now. So like you get to level 6 and you have like 100 damage, or it was it 100 damage nuke and 150 damage nuke. Like you
Yeah.
cast 2 spells for 250 damage, and you're level 6, man. That's not okay. That's just
Yeah,
not
my
okay.
my understanding now that I remember, I was watching a Captain's Draft game earlier where they picked CM and Purge, our Lord and Savior, was talking about how
Love that
uh, this CM was jungling more than laning. They had this is actually now I know why I remember this game. They had a Kunkka support in that game. That's why I watched
Right.
it.
Okay. Fair.
My boy Jay Gushi, he was like, "Yo, Ursinity, Kunkka got picked." He tells me all the time he's the best, and I watched that game, of course, because how could I not watch a Kunkka game? And he was talking about how if you're doing a lot of jungling, what you do is you do 2 points Arcane Aura and 1 point Frostbite, and that way you can sustain Frostbite like
Yeah.
always and still have
Yeah, it's
mana
legit.
up for another Frostbite if somebody like invades your jungle or something.
Yeah.
Otherwise, yes, I think like at level 3 you want 1/1/1, and then 4 is like your reactionary point, like oh, do I need to do X or do I need to do Y? So that's the gist of it. I'm excited to use the Arcana. I'm kind of embarrassed because everybody knows I spend too much money on Dota,
Right.
primarily on my wonderful collection of couriers. But this is one of these Arcanas that I bought and I've used like maybe 3 times. I still have not used the Zeus Arcana I bought. I have a problem.
I'll play. We'll draft support Zeus.
Yeah, right. I don't play that hero. I don't even know why I bought it. I was like
Yeah, that's
high.
yeah. Why
I was
did you
high
do
on
that?
keyboard.
Okay.
Or no, I was high on 6.85. That's what it was. That's why it came out. I was like,
Hell of a
thank you,
drug.
Gaben. I would gladly pay $35 for 6.85.
I just pay
And-
money for this patch.
Exactly. That's
fair.
honestly, that's kind of how I think of it.
I get
Whenever
it.
new things come out, I'm like, I love this game. Like, I'll pay $10 for some chests I don't really care about. Like, take the dollars. But yeah, so that's the gist of it. Do we have any closing notes on before we hop into this game?
Yeah, I want to actually talk about CK because I didn't really do that. Skill wise, of course, you want Chaos Bolt level 1. Reality Rift is actually really good to max now. Chaos Bolt is 2. Its mana cost doesn't go up when you get points in it, so that's really attractive. But you can like max Reality Rift and have like 2 points in Chaos Bolt, 3 points in Reality Rift at 5. I think that's like slightly better. And then you can just kind of like either level them like evenly or just kind of choose which one you need more. and then like 1 point in Chaos Strike at 9, and then first point in ulti at 10, second point at 11. That's kind of the Chaos Knight build. It's been like that forever, but the difference is Reality Rift is so strong now, and it goes to a 6-second cooldown that like you just want to like maybe max that one first. That's now a choice that you can make. And then item-wise, Treads is always what you need. Drums is pretty decent. You want to get Armlet as soon as possible. This is like one of the few Armlet heroes left. You activate Armlet, press ulti, your illusions will have the 25 strength from Armlet. It's really good shit. And you're going to fight a lot, so Armlet's good. Don't go Helm of the Dominator. It's way too slow. This hero needs to fucking fight. You can sustain and farm just fine with Drums, Armlet. Don't go Helm of the Dom, for fuck's sake. It's like, I had a big argument with someone about it, and it's just like, if you don't even believe me, just look at like literally every professional Chaos Knight game played and literally every top 100 Chaos Knight player. Like none of them go Helm of the Dominator. Same thing about CM, by the way. All like the best win rate of all like in Dota of like every CM game ever. All of the ones that are doing well have 2 points in aura at most by 4, and all of the ones that have like a 20% win rate are like 3 points in aura or 4 points in aura by 7. It's just yeah. The numbers back it up. Fuck you.
Yeah, that's that's an important thing, and to think about is, look at the top players. Like I've been playing a ton of Oracle recently. If you want to talk about my week in Dota, it's been Oracle, and I'll make this really quick because we're trying to finish. But like when you look at the top Oracle players, they do things very differently than like that idiot Oracle that's learning in your pub games. And you can learn so much just by like click on like the top 5 and seeing like where they lane this hero, what are their starting items, what items do they continue with, yada yada. It's very insightful. There's something to be said by A, watching replays, and B, just looking at people that are good at the game.
Yeah, I still watch a lot of Lone Druid players because like I'm not used to playing him offlane, so I watch Paradise a lot, and he's like just fucking sick good. He only plays Lone Druid. Just watch some really good people. Even Eternal Envy learns from top players. So if he can learn something, I'm sure you can.
Yep. All right. So that's about that. We will hop into this game right now. So yeah. See you on the flip side.
Okay.
All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the second part of Theorycrafting Thursday. We are happy to be back. We had a game. It went. I mean, it was fine. It was fun. I had a good time.
Yeah, the thing was a good game, honestly.
So we lost, but preface that we actually did get to conveniently play with our whole like team, just because everybody was around. So if you guys want to watch the VOD, it might be a little, it's fun, 5 voices and all that. But we, since it was party MMR, the other team was like 250 points above us average, and they had like a 5,900 guy with 4,600 party. So going in, you see those numbers and you're like, I'm a little worried. And then their picks instantly, we were like, boy, CK. We suffered a little from their random Winter Wyvern and their crazy, amazing Rubik player. But yeah, so I guess, just as always, I will go through the teams. The enemy team had an offlane Earthshaker, and then safe lane was a tri-lane with Juggernaut, Rubik, Winter Wyvern, and they had a mid Invoker. And we had a mid Pudge. Our offlane was an aggressive duo lane with Disruptor Bristleback, and then we, of course, were Crystal Maiden Chaos Knight. So that's what that was. We had some minor successes, or we had some just regular size successes here and there, but overall,
our safe lane was really good. We killed Earthshaker and zoned. We killed him like twice and zoned him out a shit ton. And then like he tried to go on you once, and then we killed him again. It was good.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, he got levels, but realistically, like I do 40 base damage, and he had a poor man's shield, so I did like 20 base damage.
Yeah, I mean when you're dueling against like one offlaner, it's kind of expected, especially if it's an Earthshaker. Like he'll get some levels, but he got no farm, so that's a fine trade.
Yeah, so I mean, like you said, I mean, our lane went pretty well. I'm pretty happy with the CM-CK thing. Honestly, I really like going into this. Kind of didn't want to play CM. She's not a hero that's like in my wheelhouse, but I had a lot of fun. She was a good time. I mean, obviously, when you do 40 base damage and you move at 280 move speed, boy, that was miserable. But like, her spells are very satisfying. I got one full length ult off at the end because I had a 10-second BKB up, but they also had BKBs by that point, so I didn't do a ton, but it was satisfying nonetheless. I was scared by my puppy constantly because I have the Arcana, and I'm not used to it. And I normally turn all that stuff off, but that's a tangent we don't need to talk about, because this is not Fashion Thursdays, as we've said last week. Yeah, last week. But But yeah, so what were your feelings about the game overall?
I think it was good overall. Like I even got countered really hard. They random to Winter Wyvern when we were like, oh fuck, because like Winter Wyvern can ulti me or anyone. My illusions will beat the shit out of them. So like it's very rare that like the thing with Winter Wyvern's new ulti is that like the only person that's going to kill anyone. Or the only way that Winter Wyvern's going to get a kill is if she uses it like while the enemy carry is like in the area. But that means that that her ulti is never going to kill the enemy carry, unless that carry is like a Terrorblade or a Chaos Knight, in which case like that carry's right click farm can kill themselves.
Yeah.
Normally
Meepo.
most heroes don't right click themselves. Yeah, Meepo too, that kind of business. So that kind of sucked. And then they had Invoker as well with all the AoE control. And then they last picked an Earthshaker offlane after I picked Chaos Knight. It was like our fifth pick was Chaos Knight. Their last pick was Earthshaker offlane. And man, they had a lot of stun and a lot of AoE disable. And then when they didn't have AoE disable, they had people getting frozen embraced from Winter Wyvern taking no physical damage. So it was a rough game to be a CK for sure.
Yeah. It was.
But I mean,
yeah.
outside of that, it was fine.
Yeah, we benefited from the fact that their invoker was a random invoker. He wasn't like he very clearly was not an invoker player. He did the Yule Strike build, which I mean, I'm sure some of our listeners do that build. I mean no disrespect, except I absolutely mean disrespect. That build is like you can if you've played it once, you can play it constantly, and it's a pretty garbage build. So he wasn't super consequential. Like the only consequential thing was when he had Aegis and he suicided to start a fight and then they engaged on us and wrecked us. But so that wasn't a big deal. And our mid Pudge had successes, but like at the end of the day, he was a Pudge, and they were really good. So
you need some control in your team fight.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing.
Not a team fight presence hero.
And our aggro duo, Disruptor, Bristleback, did not pan out. We ended up just like feeding their tri-lane.
They killed. We got a bunch of kills on the supports, which was good. But if just like all of the revenge kills, it's like Juggernaut had both first blood and 5 kills by 4 minutes 56 seconds is 5 kills plus first blood.
Yeah,
pretty good stuff. And then also their Disruptor got a kill, so it was like 6 kills in the lane that Jug was around for by 5 minutes. Pretty rough.
Yes. So, I mean, like we said, it wasn't like the ideal game, but I think we really showed the strength of the combination. Especially Bristleback benefits a lot from CM Aura. Even
that too. That was another little synergy we put in there.
Yeah, so it went pretty well. I think, and this is not specific to our combo, but this game was really... It made me think about how, you can do all these elaborate drafts and stuff, but at the end of the day... I'm like a firm believer in like just draft a bunch of heroes that stun and team fight, and like it's hard to lose. Like it's always good. Like thinking about this game, like our biggest problem was their team just had a ton of stuns and they had a ton of CC, and like anytime we tried to do things, like we were just disrupted, and then you get thrown off kilter. And
I would like fucking Chaos Knight ulti, and then there would just be like a fissure that would stun all my guys. I'm like, no, like I ulti and then I reality rift you. Like that's my hero, but like no, just not allowed.
So that was less than ideal, but yeah. I mean, I honestly think like, especially when I'm drafting, in the future, like in captain's mode for in-houses or whatever, I try to do all these things, and I just feel like I should just pick heroes that stun and hex and etc. And it's just like you win the early game because nobody has BKBs, and then people are so poor because you keep killing them that they can't afford to get BKBs, so then you win the mid game and the late game.
What do you draft? Lion, Sven, Earthshaker. Earthshaker, Lion is your support duo.
Yep.
And then Sven is your carry. What's your offlane? Tide, I guess. Probably Tide.
Tide, yeah. I mean, I honestly think Tide is like one of the best offlaners right now.
He's pretty good.
He's my go-to offlaner. I love
Who's
that.
Your mid? Who's your mid stunner?
I mean, Invoker has a lot of utility for that.
Yeah, like Invoker. Yeah, he has control. But like I'm talking straight up, like we're drafting stuns. Who's mid?
Let's see.
Lesh.
Lesh is one. What other mids?
Dragon Knight.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not very good, despite the fact that I love him to death. What exists in this fucking game?
You can pick like a Lina.
Yeah, Lina. There we go. All right, we got it. That's our team. Lina, Sven, Lion, Earthshaker, Tide. That sounds legit. Whatever.
I'm telling you, dude. All you gotta do is draft stuns.
Just draft stuns.
You could do a mid Kunkka, and that's where you have Torrent and you have both stun. Yep.
Right.
But then you'd have a mid Kunkka, so you'd probably
if only there was a defensive support that also had a stun.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at that. I'm like, well, I want like at least one thing to save. Oh no, avenge. Take avenge instead of lion. You're set.
Yeah. Or like
Just swap Lean out. She's getting fucked on.
yeah.
All right, we'll run
I was
this.
gonna say I feel like we could farm some MMR with this. It always falls down to like yeah. I mean, like I said, you can do all these elaborate drafts, but at the end of the day, really, it's just like, hey, just pick a bunch of heroes that stun and roam around and kill everybody, and
Yeah, that's fair.
it's something. But yeah, so I mean, again, just to reiterate, like this combo went pretty well. Honestly, like I don't have a ton to say about it. I tried Aether Lens on CM, which was a lot of fun. Like I said, I'm not really a CM player. My last CM games were like 5 to 8 months ago.
How'd you feel about the skill build? What did you go?
What did I go? I believe I ended up going like 2-2-1-1 at level 6 because
Looking it up, I'll let you know what you went. You went
Yeah.
Frostbite, Aura, Nova, and then a second point Frostbite. You didn't get your second point your Aura until you were 7. Did you feel mana starved?
no,
Okay.
if I had not went Aether Lens, I feel like I may have felt that way.
The extra mana pool from Aether Lens is very good because she
Yeah.
has such like her mana regen is fine. She just has such a tiny mana pool. You can
And
almost
her
never
ult
cast your
costs
spells.
1,000,000,000 mana.
Yeah, it's like 200, 400, 600. Like that's not okay.
Yeah, not okay is definitely the operative term because boy, I'm always conflicted on this hero, kind of like Lion. Lion's in the same position where people don't get mana boots on him because it's like, oh well, he doesn't need the mana regen. But it's like I don't want the mana regen. I just want the pool. Like,
Yeah.
sure, I know I can suck mana out of whoever I see, but in the instance,
Yeah.
that's not like viable. Same thing with CM.
I've seen even just you get like one mantle of intelligence and you're fine at that point. Or like, wand is always good to get.
Yeah, I had a wand, which is nice.
Yeah.
But I mean, a wand that's like what, like 3 int? That's
That's
60
4.
mana.
A solid 4.
80
Get a
mana.
wand and a mantle, you're set.
Yeah, maybe I could get like no.
But I mean, also like you need the tranquils just let you roam and you're faster. They're too good to pass up. You can't go mana boots and tranquils. I mean, you could. It's just I'd hate you.
Yeah, that would be a bit much.
Right.
But yeah, I actually think I'm gonna start picking this hero now. Maybe not
she's
in ranked,
solid.
but when I'm playing some solo queue pubs and I'm forced to.
And she's fighty as fuck, right? Like when you have those 2 nukes, like you kill shit. Like you're a fucking.
Oh yeah,
Like
I was
CM
CPing all around.
There's like I don't know, people just like re-relegated CM to just being like, oh, Aura, it wins your lanes.
Yeah,
That's
she
why
goes
you
in
drafted.
jungles and she
Yeah,
buys
but-
Midas.
Like, okay, when she was first picked, first ban, like there was that period after TI3 where CM and Alchemist were like the biggest heroes. Like, why she has such shit int now was because she's literally the best try hero in the game, and that is because she has 2 fucking awesome nukes. And you know what happens if you have 3 points in your fucking passive at level 5? You have like 2 shitty nukes.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
You're like a level 1 lion. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, boy, I don't know what this episode is going to be titled, but I feel like somebody could watch this episode, or somebody could edit this episode to just be a like 15-second thing where it'd have our intro music, say, hello, this is Proud and Ursinity, and then say, please don't have level 3 aura at level 5 on CM. Thank you, goodbye. Show up to in-houses.
Yeah.
That would be the
That's-
whole episode.
Yeah, also play competitive. But yeah,
Yes.
that's probably the paraphrase of this episode that you can take away from you.
Yeah, but
Sounds good.
yeah, any thoughts on CK? Like anything you would have done differently, or
It's super apparent that that he can't really just like chill in jungle. Like I do need to farm lane. If you don't go Helm of the Dawn, which I definitely think you shouldn't, and you just have armlet, like if you have armlet on, you're farming jungle camps, so you're kind of fucked. It's not great. So like it's pretty rough. So you definitely do need to farm lanes. So like I don't know, I really like this hero a lot, but you definitely have to like have him in a very specific draft. Like even though I last picked him, I still got countered. So that's like it really sucks. But also like whenever like I wasn't like getting Earthshaker Stone, like I was fucking shit up. Like Juggernaut even like Omni slashed on me, and I just like turned around, and I would have killed him while he was like TPing away. Like in the 2.5 seconds, I would have killed him. It's just that my hotkeys I guess got reset because I haven't played this. I don't think I've played this hero since Reborn's come out, so I didn't have hotkeys for it. So like I ultied and I tried to like micro my illusions. So I'm like, what the fuck? So I lost like a second of that. But I would have killed him when he was just like solo Omni slashing me, which is like if you can kill Jug like after he Omni slashes you and then spin TPs, like that's a good hero. So it felt strong. I just like so you can't farm jungle, so you need to draft him with a hero that will. Like CK Shadow Fiend would be fucking like great.
Yep.
CK Lina decent. Yeah. So like you just need to draft him. Like not only do you need to not be against certain heroes, like specifically Earthshaker and only Earthshaker, but you also kind of need another core on your team that can make use of the space that they're going to get in the jungle. Because instead of most carries, like Juggernaut's going to tear through your jungle, and your mid is going to get kills with Chaos Knight. CK is going to get all the kills, and maybe your mid or your off lane or something is going to tear through the jungle.
That's
CK
for sure.
Druid is really good, by the way. That's a good combo.
Yeah, that definitely. I mean, that's always a problem with a lot of the carries and mids that we don't see anymore. It's that like heroes that don't have flash farm potential have really been like phased out.
Yeah.
It feels, and CK definitely falls victim to that. Nowadays we see our Svens and our Shadow Fiends, etc., taking huge stacks, etc. Yeah, Jug. Whereas our heroes, like a Wraith King carry or a that's kind of
even Wraith
that's
King,
different.
he can jungle and shit.
But yeah, so CK definitely has that weakness. So that's fine. I mean, this game really, we're very divided on this opinion among others, and this game is really just a testament to how much I hate playing against Juggernaut with any semblance of farm, because, well, I mean, I just don't like that hero, but B, his ward was like so elusive and difficult to kill because of the nature of our team comp, right? So we had 3 melee and then Disruptor and CM.
It wasn't even the nature of our team comp. It was theirs. Like we couldn't I couldn't engage into anything. I just couldn't walk into them, and like no one could. And it was just like, yeah, I don't know. I've been in so many team fights against Juggernauts where just like no one kills the ward. And like in our team comp, it made sense. I wasn't like mad at anyone for not killing it, but there've been so many games where I'm just like, fuck, just kill the goddamn ward. Like it's right fucking there. Like
It's
I'm
so
spamming
fast.
it and shit like an asshole. I don't know. There's always like an opportunity to kill in a team fight, and people just like look it over. From my experience.
Yeah, I mean, I think like generally like when I say that, it's like, oh well, we're trying to burst somebody down, or like, oh well, we can just kill them first. It's like, oh, I don't want to miss that hit. But yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. The ward is really easy to underestimate, but I do honestly think like the ward is too fast. Like it moves at like 400 move speed.
Yeah, 450. Or something like that. Yeah, it's definitely really good.
Yeah. So that was a big problem. And like the cooldown is not that long either. So like he would be ratting
it's like a minute. It's decently long.
Yeah, it lasts like 30 seconds or something, right?
Yeah, not if you kill it.
Well, not if you kill it. You're not wrong there. But that's just one of those like there's certain mechanics in Dota, right? Everybody knows them. They're just so frustrating. It's like not only is it a
healing ward is definitely frustrating.
Yeah, not only is it a good ability that's like relatively balanced, if we're being honest. I just like quantifiably seeing that dumb green circle.
And not being able to do anything about it.
And seeing his health regen at like 100 HP a second.
Like, 4% a second, and he's got like 3,000 health, and you're like, well, okay.
And you don't get money for killing it.
Math. I don't even do this. They're not getting money from it. It's pretty.
Honestly, I think I deserve like at least 25 gold for killing that dumb thing. Yeah, so I mean, I think we talked that to death. So Healing Word is dumb, Juggernaut's frustrating, CKCM is fun, and plugs is what we'll do now. All right, so you can watch the VOD for this game, of course, along with all of our other YouTube content, including my replay reviews, which we've been doing quite a few of recently, on .ptv1. It's the numerical one. Website, of course, defenseofthepations.com. You can find the .p ladder for the in-houses there. That's a good time. Also, again, all of our other content. Amazon banners there, of course. Buy things through it. Give us money. Cost you no money. It's fun. We like it. Twitter, I am, of course, at Ursinity. Hear me tweet about XCOM, which is very fun. And also other things, I guess, probably Dota. And Proud, of course, at Proud Dota.
Yeah.
Subreddit, r/defenseofthepatients. You can find us there. Again, that's a good time. There are many, many ways to talk to us. That's the crux of this. Our email, defenseofthepatients@gmail.com. Again, come to the in-houses, show up to the .p stream, of course, twitch.tv/.ptv, not twitch.com or twitch.xxx, just twitch.tv. And that's the gist of it. Hopefully you've enjoyed the episode. That's about it. All right, thanks for watching.
Play Duelist.
All right, yes, play Duelist. Proud is a big fan.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening.
Someone knows who's running that. Have them contact me. I'll be a shill.
Thanks for listening. Remember, of course, it's our theory, and it's probably your fault.